Thousands of people expected today at a peace rally, which follows the looting and violence in Birmingham. These are the live pictures we're receiving as that interdenominational gathering, if you like, of people begins in the city, as the people of the city show that they are united, regardless of race, colour and creed, in bringing peace back to their communities. We can see their community groups from across the city arranging that rally in response to the disorder and the loss of those 3 lives in Winson Green. Let's listen in.
For peace. We've had a very difficult week across the city. We've had riots, we've had vandalism, we've had tragic deaths. But here on this Sunday, after a peaceful night, we've come together of all generations, all faiths, all backgrounds, in order to celebrate our unity.
How have you managed to turn that, how have the community and everybody managed to turn all that negative energy around to do something like this?
We've had excellent policing, we've had excellent communication with communities, we've had outstanding local spokespeople, particularly from those who've been bereaved, and we've now got this huge hinterland of young people and older people who are living life to the full in Birmingham, just as they were at the cricket yesterday. And we want to demonstrate our unity now.
Is the message getting through to those people who you really need to get it through to?
Well, this is just the start of renewing our foundations of what we believe. We need a framework for moral action. We need freedom and faith and practical action so that we unite around a common cause. And we also need to know how to live well together. Birmingham's good at that. We're a spirit of creative generosity here, but we're now going to work even harder in practical ways, particularly with those people who are hardest to reach, whether they're in gangs, whether they need educational development, whether they need support in parenting and mentoring, whether we need even to get smarter about how social networks are used. We're going to do all this together.
What were your own thoughts about the recent events when you saw what was happening on the streets?
Well, there's a spirit of dismay, the reputation of the city, there's a spirit of disappointment, sense of failure in being leaders of young people, but also a really strong sense of us being people who are able to face difficulty and failure with a new confidence. And so we're not hiding away from what's happened, but we're wanting to move forward now in a more constructive community together.
Yeah. David?
Oh. At this time of disorder and in the wake of the violence that has flooded our streets, we, the members of the Birmingham Faith Leaders Group, urge all our communities to join together to rebuild a just, harmonious and peaceful city. As people of faith, we call on you to pray for peace, to pray for those affected by destruction and greed, and to pray for those, including the police, working round the clock to maintain the rule of law, care for the distressed, and rebuild damaged businesses. At the same time, we ask everyone of goodwill to take urgent practical steps to ensure the flourishing of the city, the safety of our streets, and the restoring of relationships that have been damaged over the last few days. Together, we need to be grasped afresh by a vision for the future of the city of Birmingham to ensure that it comes to fruition. We encourage those who have direct responsibility for young people in insisting that all those who are growing up in our city have a framework of values and disciplines with which to build their lives. We will continue to work together for communities that live together, connected by trusting relationships, mutual respect, and joint enterprise. We commit ourselves to reduce social inequality that becomes a breeding ground for resentment, greed, and spite. At the same time, we send our deepest sympathy to those who are recently bereaved, in Winson Green in particular, and thank them for their example of restraint and dignity as they face their loss with courage and resolve. We're grateful for those who have already begun the work of reconciliation, the practical tasks of clearing up the city, and the unseen endeavours to be good neighbours. Let us all, like them, do whatever we can to build the common good, to bring hope onto our streets, and to chase away the darkness of evil with the light of faithful good works and prayer.
So the Right Reverend David Urquhart there, Bishop of Birmingham, talking there about excellent policing they've had since those riots and an excellent response, he said, too, from the community. And speaking there about the people of Birmingham gathering together to unite around a common cause. He said they're going to talk about parenting, they're going to talk even about social networking. He said there's a spirit of dismay in the city, of disappointment from youth leaders, but a strong sense of difficulty will be met with confidence, he said. Let's hear from police chiefs now.
Well, I think it seemed for everyone involved in policing, but also everyone in Birmingham, it's been an incredibly long and difficult week. And a lot of people have worked really hard whilst all this is going on to bring this event together and to bring all these good people together to try to mark the end of the week as a chance for us now to move on with purpose back to a sense of normality. And I really hope that today is the chance for us to reflect on what's gone on, think about the lessons for all of us, but actually now focus on how we're going to make Birmingham a better city.
You've been talking today about chatter, I think you called it, in Westminster about the policing of this whole issue. You said it's been a very different experience here in Birmingham.
Yes, I think it has. I think there's a great deal of solidarity in Birmingham amongst its political leadership, amongst its spiritual leadership, its community leadership. We consciously want to be different. We want this situation to work for us and to make Birmingham a better city as a result.
Are you confident that you policed this situation as well as you could do at the time?
I'm absolutely confident that my officers have shown great bravery. They continue to show huge resolve throughout the week. We will bring to justice people that have broken the law, and we will use some compassion for those that deserve compassion as well.
So West Midlands Police spokesman there, Chief Constable Chris Sims, talking there about the peace rally today and saying they intend to move the city on now with purpose and focus on making Birmingham better. So if you're in Birmingham today, there is that peace rally. Organisers expecting thousands of people to attend that today following the looting and violence in the city. Community groups from across the city arranging that rally in response to the disorder and, of course, the loss of 3 lives in Winson Green.